Welcome back, ladies and gents. I'm your host, CenterStrain01. We're going to continue on with our Death Stranding walkthrough. Hopefully you guys are enjoying so far. I do apologize on the first two videos I had to re-upload because all of the audio got pretty much copyrighted in the entire video, and everything was removed, all audio in both those videos. I do apologize for that. I will catch it and do a little bit of editing to make sure that that doesn't happen. But for now, we're going to continue, and we have a mission to do, so let's do it. Our mission here is to get the chiral printer interface. Also, I want to apologize because I've streamed now 4 hours into what you're about to see. So I'm such an idiot. I realized at the point when I did the previous mission where I got the B ranking that all I had to do was just move around a little bit more and pick up tons more, and you could have easily got the S rank. So remember, guys, you can easily get that S ranking if you just go and pick up all of what it told you to do in that previous mission, and I do apologize for not doing that. I just thought I needed that and then went back. So a mistake on my part, but won't happen again for future missions of that sort.
Heads up, Sam. Distro Center staff's got a favor to ask. Probably best I start from the beginning.
This one's on us. We ordered a part a while back, but it never arrived. The printer needs it to communicate with the chiral network. Mules must have snatched it, caught the porter en route or something. If I'm right, they'll have taken it to their drop site, which is smack dab in the middle of their territory. Don't suppose you'd be up for stealing us our property back? Can't think of anyone more qualified than you.
All right, so there's a lot of things that we actually don't need and some things that we do. So what we're going to bring and what we're not going to bring is going to change. We don't really need any of these PCCs. So I'm actually going to go ahead and select these to, let's see, move. I don't want to offload. We're going to place in private locker. Yep. Also don't need both of these ladders here. We just need maybe to bring in one ladder and that's it. We don't even need the climbing anchor. Don't need those. And we're going to move these to the private locker. There we go. So all that we have on us right now is our boots. And that's pretty much all we're going to need. Everything else we will be able to find along the way. And there's a reason I'm doing this. This is going to be your best ideal loadout for the mission up ahead.
Order assigned. Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
All right, so we're going to be heading up these mountains. Very easy to get to, actually.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
There's our mission, where we're headed to, so we're going to place the marker. And it gives you just the straight beeline there, but that's not the route we're taking.
Call it a rule or a habit, but most mules almost always bring stolen shipments home with them. Find the post box, steal back the cargo. Simple as that. But be careful. These guys are armed. If this goes sideways, be ready to fight.
And again, the main reason, one of the main reasons that we decided not to bring anything is because mules can sense cargo. You saw that in the previous episode when we were crossing a mule camp. Keep that in mind when you come across mule camps, as that can really, really hinder you. It pretty much gives your location away. So either place a post box or something that will keep them from being able to see you. Now, if you don't have any cargo on you, they will not see you because they only scan cargo and not you.
Come on, let's get this show on the road.
Remember, Sam, before you approach the mule drop site, we recommend you use a watchtower to confirm the location of the post box containing our cargo.
As you can see, it's already scanning for us. That's what that is right there. But it has no way of knowing that we're even here because we have no cargo on us. So if we would have came into that location and point right there, then we would have automatically been seen by these enemies up here.
Mule drop sites are rarely deserted, so remaining undetected is key. Keep a low profile and move slowly to minimize noise.
Also, remember this is on hard.
Keep on keeping on.
This is a nice little back way for you to sneak in. Now you can see people have placed certain things. Now there's two different things you can do. You can either put a ladder up there if you want, or you can go this way. This is the way that you want to go. We're going to sneak in behind the enemy, take him out. But before we do so, we need to switch to our, make sure, our strand. This is our weapon that we can use in the beginning of the game. We're going to get other weapons a little bit later. Do another scan so you can see where all the enemies are. There's a total of 3 in this area. This will reduce your footsteps so you're not hurt as much. And as soon as you get up here, hit R2 to bind, and you're good to go. You cannot pick up bodies to hide them, so it's just something that the game doesn't have. Don't pick up any medals, don't pick up anything at all, because the moment you do, you're going to be scanned, and then they will immediately know where you are. So we have to take out the other 2 enemies before we can do this. This can be pretty tricky. And we still could even possibly get into a fight. But they're not too difficult to take out, even in the form that they're in right now. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting, because right now is not a good time. Okay, he's moving in this direction. What he's going to do is once he's done looking where he's looking right now, he will move back to where he just was, and that is going to be our opportunity to move forward. Now, enemies can see you a lot further than they would, say, in an actual stealth game. So enemies can see you from hundreds of meters away, so you got to be very, very careful. Never let them get a good line of sight on you, or else you can immediately be caught. So as soon as he turns around, we got to go. We should just have enough time to get up on him and actually take him out. Okay, that leaves one more. You'll know it's an enemy because you'll see that signal above their head. There you go.
Been busy? Seems all the mules in your vicinity have been incapacitated.
That is how you perfectly stealth all of the enemies. Go ahead and pick up some chiral crystals. You can scan around as well for anything else you might see. Now you can actually get into the box and pick up whatever's in there, as you no longer have a fear of being detected by any mules. So most of the time we come up on camps, you can't really stealth in, get what you need, and get out, because the moment you get what you need, you're going to be caught, because it is it's considered a type of cargo, and you're pretty much screwed from that point. So unless you want to just escape. Now the reason I didn't bring anything in here was because, as you can see, there is a lot of things that we're going to pick up here. So we didn't want to come in with anything, since we're going to be able to pick all of this up. So we're going to go ahead and select multiple. And that should be what we need. All right, but now we're going to auto arrange to make sure that we can carry this a little better. And we're almost overcoming, but we're not quite yet.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
All right, let's follow our way back, and then we have completed this mission. Pretty simple, pretty easy, but I can tell you, when I did this on my Facebook, when I was learning the levels, when I was streaming, I actually failed that guy right there, because even if you're in that tall grass, it does not matter. You will still be seen. So don't think that hiding in tall grass is going to keep you from being seen. That is not the case. We'll take the ladder. You can take either one, but...
Thanks for the help.
Now these are things, obviously, that people have left. I don't even think we can actually get up on the ladder. It says climb. There we go.
Mules. Damn addicts chasing a cargo high. Shame we gotta deal with their bullshit at all. Back in the day, AI did everything. Deliveries were handled by unmanned vehicles and drones. And all we had to do was sit back and let them work. It was revolutionary. Damn near singularity. No reason for it not to take off. But it didn't. People didn't like it when we took the human element out of the service industry. So, after some consideration, put it back in. Made jobs no one really needed and gave them to folks who couldn't live without them. And from there, it snowballed. Now we got cults of cargo-chasing crazies who get off on hijacking shipments. Jackal's always on the lookout for the next porter. Make sure you're not him.
All right, mission successful. Always be aware of those little things that stick up there, especially when they're in the yellowish, orangish look, because that means you're about to enter a camp, and you will be seen if you go inside. It's not that they see you, it's just that they know that there's cargo in the area. It's not like they can pinpoint exactly where the cargo is, but it gets them on alert, and you don't want that.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
All right, let's turn it in. We'll do the lost cargo first. As you can see, these are returns, which means that these actually go to this person.
Back, are you? You trying to put the rest of us to shame? Fine by me. See you around.
Good work.
Time to get that chiral printer in working order. Sorry to push you through so much trouble, but trust me, it'll be worth it. Excellent. The unit doesn't have a scratch on it. Never doubted you'd come through for us.
All right, looks like we got our S ranking.
Sam, how are your shoes holding up? Not too well, I imagine, conditions being what they are out there. Nothing ruins your day like shoes falling apart while you're on the job. Carry on like that, and it's only a matter of time before you injure yourself. I've arranged for boots to be added to your supplies. Bridges standard issue, so they ought to fit you fine. You should always carry an extra pair. But if you forget or run into trouble, you can fabricate another via a terminal at one of our many facilities.
Now we can actually build bridges.
See you around.
Congratulations, Sam. I understand you now have access to a chiral printer. An extraordinarily useful device that can only function because of the manner in which our network utilizes the beach, enabling us to transfer massive volumes of data instantaneously. Since under normal circumstances, such transfers would take hours, if not days, some have speculated that the chiral network might, in essence, be a time machine. That it is transmitting data into the past. Suffice it to say, we have yet to fully grasp the fundamental nature of the network and the beach which we have come to rely on. One might liken our relationship with it to that of primitive mans with fire. Is it useful? Quite. Is it dangerous? Undeniably so. Nevertheless, we have decided that the reward outweighs the risk. Furthermore, as the BTs are linked to the beach, it stands to reason that further study and experimentation could be of considerable benefit. The same can be said regarding you, of course. Rest assured, I will keep you apprised of what I learn. You have my word.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
All right, so we got a few new missions. We need to do the wind farm mission as well as the construction of a bridge. So we're going to listen to both of these briefings and do both.
Now, you've done a fine job expanding the Cairo network. But to make the most of it, we'll need to generate more power. We'll have to make a few hops before we can link up the closest city too. Once this wind farm is part of the Cairo network, we'll be able to route the energy it generates through the beach. Unlike traditional transmission methods, nothing is lost. We can provide power to distant regions and utilize facilities there as electrical substations. You're to deliver a key component. Should be finished printing. Take it to the wind farm and get us in business. Hey, Sam, mind doing me a favor? There's a bridge that needs building. Over a river, just outside that distro center. It's too deep to ford, and we'd like a long-term solution. The foundation's already been laid, and everything required to finish the job should be in storage. All you need to do is carry the remaining materials to the construction area, and use them to complete the bridge. If it turns out there isn't enough there for our needs after all, you'll have to come up with the rest on your own. I know you've got a lot on your plate right now, but remember, this bridge will make your life easier too.
It says this order involves a lot of cargo. Completing it on foot
We've added a bridge schematic to your PCC. The first step is laying the foundation, after which you'll have to supply additional materials to finish the job. Plenty of rivers and canyons could do with a good bridge, you know. Take a stroll across one you built yourself, and I guarantee you'll be glad you made the effort. Give it a try.
I think the reason it said that is because it wants us. It didn't expect us to do the bridge thing as well. So there's nothing that we actually need. All right, well, that's going to be the best we've got. We're very close to being overcumbered, but most of that's going to be for building this bridge here. So it shouldn't be too difficult. As far as what we have on ourselves, want to make sure that we have got a bunch of metals, the power supply unit, climbing anchor. I think only one climbing anchor should be enough. I think that's going to be good. That does look really ridiculous when he's got all of this on his back, but it's just kind of the way the game is, I guess.
Order assigned. Use of weapons is prohibited.
We're going to be getting rid of some of it, obviously, when we do the bridge part.
designated construction area for the bridge. The foundation should already be in place. With your help, we'll have the thing finished in no time. There should be a terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional materials.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Sam, looks like you found the site. There should be a terminal nearby. Access it to submit additional materials.
Now, what you have to do in order to get that took me a while to figure out when I was live streaming, is you have to press Options and up on the D-pad at the same time. Okay, that should be enough metals.
Bravo, Sam. That bridge should make life easier for a lot of people. You can be sure that every traveler and porter who passes that way will put it to good use. Keep an eye out for other spots that could do with another well-placed bridge.
All right, so we're heading towards that, those things that you see in the sky there. It's kind of a long trek, and we do have some BTs that we're going to have to get around. Now, we've got no way of fighting off the BTs yet, but we will have a way to fight off BTs coming very, very soon, so there's going to be some good action coming up, guys, and you are going to love it. Again, I will do my best to remain as stealthy as possible during these sections. You have not seen me actually go up against a BT yet in its true form. You've seen me stealth successfully all of the BTs that I've had to go up against. And I know some of you are like, just do it just so we can see it. It's going to happen soon, so don't worry. Now you might be wondering, how do I know that I'm going this way? Right there it is. Again, you can... Oh, grip. Oh! Oops. I got some of the damage. It did a little bit of damage on the box there. That's not good. Let's see if we did any actual damage to the... Yes, we did 5% damage. Hopefully it's not going to be too much to where it won't screw us up, but it might actually screw us up. Even that little bit of a I didn't even really fall, but it's just kind of what happens, and it's unfortunate. So let's hope it doesn't get any more damage than that. But what I wanted to show you was this, and then set the wave marker. My bad. Oops. Hold on, I'm trying to get rid of it. There we go. I do apologize for that. Hopefully that won't ruin my ranking, but it might. Even just the tiniest of damage. But I never said we were going to get S ranking on every mission. We said we're going to try. You can't restart missions, so I mean, you can always save and then go back into it again if you want, but it's all right. Now, these things up ahead could be used as boots if your boots wear out.
There we go.
Don't want to pick up too much because we've got a lot of stuff.
There we go.
Now, the wind really picks up, and the wind can actually push you in different directions, so you want to be careful.
There we go.
Here we go. Now's a good time to go ahead and do a little drinking. Get our stamina back up. As you can see, this is not easy. You gotta be careful. Here we go. Always know when to stop. We made it. Wow, that was so close. I mean, it is super, super tough, guys. Especially on hard, it makes it even more tough.
Breathe easy, Sam. You're clear of BG territory. The Death Stranding's to blame for all of this. The gazers, the fall of America, everything. It warped the world beyond recognition. Humanity had to scramble like rats fleeing a sinking ship. But there's nowhere else to go. There's no future living like this. If we're to survive, we need to find another way. A way to overcome the BTs, the Death Stranding, the whole damn mess.
Question is, am I going to get an S ranking? I'm not so sure.
Delivering cargo.
Thank you. With this unit, we should be able to power the distro center via the chiral network. Other places too, if it works. Here's hoping the UCA can put our electricity to good use. Mind if I have a look? Incredible. How'd you get this here? You fly?
5% damage. We got it. All right, 5% is better than anything else, obviously. We did it. I was so nervous there.
All we need now is a connection to the chiral network. Go for it.
Network bandwidth is a limited resource, and every structure you build consumes it. However, as you increase your connection level, the bandwidth available to you will increase as well.
We now have the ability to PCC generators, which charge batteries for vehicles. All right.
About time we did our part. Thanks again. You know, I heard the rest of your team was wiped out. Makes what you're doing all the more incredible. You're a one-man expedition. I hope Amelie's doing as well as you. Wonder if she made it to Edgenot City yet. It was her that put us in charge of the wind farm. I was with the group bringing up the rear while Amelie led the way. I've never met her in person, but it was an honor to travel with her all the same. When you see her, feel free to tell her I said so, huh?
Sam, got a moment? I ran an experiment with your blood. It seems you were onto something. After dispersing an aerosolized sample of your blood in BT territory, we observed reduced activity. While this is hardly definitive, as we have no other repatriates to whom we can turn for additional testing, it does suggest that the bodily fluids of repatriates are repellent to BTs. Mama had the idea of developing a weapon to test this theory. The prototype should be ready soon, and when it is, we'd like you to test it.
Sam, this is the perfect opportunity. We've almost got the whole region on the chiral network. All that's left is Port Knot City. Return to Capital Knot City so you can pick up relief supplies for Port Knot. By the time you arrive, we can give you the completed prototype in person. One other thing. It's not very often porters get out to that wind farm. While you're there, you should pick up any outstanding orders. No sense coming all the way back here empty-handed if there's work to be done. Have a look at that delivery terminal.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
So this needs to go back to Way Station West, but we're going to go ahead and actually just turn it in here.
Delivering cargo.
By handing over excess materials to a facility, you can increase the amount stored on site. Now, these materials can then be used later for equipment fabrication and so forth. Just remember that each facility has separate stores and that the amount on hand differs from site to site. Don't get carried away.
So recycling, in a sense, is just obviously helping out the areas that you're currently in. They do nothing for the overall area. It's all about the specific area that you're in. So these metals here, we're going to go ahead and recycle them. Actually, we're going to do, let's see, because we've got a lot of stuff we're going to be taking back. So we're going to recycle these. And then that should be good. I mean, the boxes were pretty much to the point of they were almost going to be completely useless.
Delivering cargo. Thank you for your continued support.
And we can do the same thing for Cairo crystals. So we've got a total of 222 right now. Let's give them 100.
Thank you for your continued support.
All right. That should be good for that. We can go ahead and take on some orders. We've got standard and regular orders.
Congrats, Sam. You're cleared to take on open orders. While they're not as high priority as the ones specifically assigned to you, if you're already heading a certain way and you have room to spare, it couldn't hurt to do a little more, right? Just because they're not mission critical doesn't mean they're not important to someone. So why not do a good deed or two?
Here's our main order. We need to take this back to the distribution center, so that's where we're going to be headed. And we can actually, hold on, before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the briefing.
Bridges has printing materials stored at the wind farm. We'd like you to bring some to the distro center. These materials are pretty varied, and to get the most out of the chiral printer, we need as many different types as we can get.
Hey, great work. That wind farm you've brought into the network is essential for our continued expansion. By way of reward, I've added a little something to your PCC. A generator option. Generators recharge the batteries of all nearby devices. That includes machines, bikes, and other battery-powered vehicles.
Okay, there we go. Now we're not quite ready to move yet.
Thank you for your contribution.
We're going to take a look at a standard order, and we're going to give something to the way station.
Sam, double check the order summary.
All right, so you can see we've got different missions. We're going to choose this one, even though those have more likes. This one is where we're actually headed right now, so... We're going to get a container spray. This is going to help us out. Doesn't add too much, as you can see. Should be fine. There we go. Now we're all good. Auto arrange again. And let's head out. Eventually you're going to be able to carry a lot more.
Keeping on. Don't let me keep you. Keep on keeping on.
Don't worry about BTs anymore,
Keep on keeping on.
because they have decided this place is no longer cool.
Weapons restrictions lifted. Keep on keeping on.
From the look of it, it looks like once we connected to the chiral network,
The way to go.
someone had created a bridge for us to be able to cross. Which is why it's always
Like a path.
always good to help people out.
There
It's
we
just
go.
that from what I've seen, most of the time, everyone has already got something out, which means that, you know, it would be kind of idiotic of me to put
Nice.
the same thing that's already there. You know what I'm saying? And it also plays music too, so I'm talking. So, oh my God, please, no, 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 get away, get away, get away. No, 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 no. I don't want the copyrighted music on this video. Hopefully that wasn't enough to get it to go. It looks like if there were BTs, then that would have been perfect.
There we go.
Figurines. I don't know. Make sure I'm not missing anything important.
This one's for you.
Lots of strong wind here. Oh, no! Whoa, that was close. That is tough. Oh, I can't even get there. That's crazy. Must be why he put that there, but it won't let me climb it. Now that one is definitely coming in handy.
could probably get that bike running again if you charged it with a generator. Why not give it a try?
All right, guys. We made it back. Again, we had more music that played there, so I'm sorry that I had to mute that. But it was just me getting from here to here. Nothing really too much to explain.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Weapons restrictions lifted.
All right, so use, let's see what we got. What is it? I don't think we have one on us right now. Yeah, so we need to get one, which we'll get one right here. But we will be using the bike
Scanning bridges ID.
soon.
Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges. Keep on keeping on.
So that one's going, it says Ludens fan, but I have no idea. That's telling me that it's right where I am. Or 613 meters away. So we're not going to worry about it. We'll just turn it in.
The legend returns. How you doing, Sam? You trying to put the rest of us to shame? Fine by me. See you around. Good work. You brought this from the wind farm? I can't imagine what a chore that must have been. Thank you. Wow, don't do things by halves, do you? Hard to believe one man could bring in a hole this big. Then again, you are a legend.
Another S ranking, just the way we like it.
I don't know anyone who's done more to bring people together and get them back on their feet. It's hard to believe you're just one guy. Can't help wondering if the Great Deliverer isn't actually a small army. Because it sure seems like whenever someone's in trouble, you're there to lend a hand. It's enough to make me think you just might make it all the way to the coast. Good luck out there. I'll be rooting for you. Good work. New order of it.
All right, first things first is we're going to turn in a little bit of... Remember, we didn't give them a lot last time, so we're going to give them a lot more this time. We're not going to give them all of it. Going to give them 100.
Thank you for your continued support.
All right, so at this point, it's telling us maybe it's a good time to retire and rest. So we're going to enter the private room, do a little resting. All right, so we got a few things to do. First thing we're going to do is check our mail real quick, just because I want to give you guys the opportunity to be able to read all of this. Jake from State Farm has a few words. All right. Let's replenish. Or not really replenish, but I'm going to take a shower. All right, and that's going to be it for this video. Next up, we've got to be heading back to the main location that we had at the beginning of the game in order to get ready to move on to Port Knox. There are still a couple of missions that we can do as well that we're going to be getting to before we leave this area entirely. So hopefully you guys are enjoying so far. Thank you again so much for watching, and of course I will see you on the next video. Peace out.